Hi everyone, my name is Kat and this is Act with Kat. I hope you've been enjoying my videos. I thought I would pop in here today and talk about something that I think actors believe, which is that actors who fully embody their characters are good actors, are the best actors. So actors who join the FBI because they're playing an FBI agent, or they study ballet 8 hours a day, 7 days a week because they're playing a ballet dancer, or they learn drumming for the first time, and they learn how to do sign language. I mean, recently with Sound of Metal, the stories are endless. You got Jamie Foxx glued his eyes shut for 14 hours because he was playing a blind man. And what this all amounts to is, sure, a great performance. But what does it really, really, really mean? Because I feel that this could also play a little trick on actors and make them feel that they're not good enough because they have a job and they don't have time or money to take off months of work so they can fully embody a role. Adrian Brody, he gave up his apartment and all of his belongings and lived in his car to play a Holocaust victim. I mean, there's so many stories, and I was so inspired by all these stories when I was a young aspiring actor, and I couldn't get enough of these stories. But what does it really mean? So I've had the opportunity of doing both. I've had some periods of my life where I've been able to take off time and focus on just playing a role. And I played a belly dancer once, so I got private belly dancing lessons and choreographed a whole thing and just kind of lived this life for nothing else. I focused on my role. I focused on embodying it, immersing myself in the role. And it was fantastic. But then there's been times where I'm working and I don't have time. I literally barely have time to do anything, and I'm learning my character the night before. Fully embodying your role doesn't necessarily mean that you join the FBI to play an FBI agent. No. What does that really mean? That means that you are exploring your imagination in a physical sense. You're literally putting yourself in those circumstances so you can imagine what the character is going through, right? I think we can all agree on that. But what if your imagination was enough? I mean, that's what we do, right? We're playing characters. Do you remember when you were a kid and you could imagine all day long? That's what we're doing. We're playing make-believe. And whatever you got to do to get into that world, to inspire yourself, to open up your imagination, do it. And I've found that just a little bit of empathy gets me right in there. I did a previous video, this video right here, where I talked about exploring your character, right? And how you can do that, some ideas of how you can do that. And I'm just curious to know what you do, what you've done when if you don't have the luxury of joining the FBI to play an FBI agent. What do? Do you read stories about FBI agents? Do you watch documentaries? Do you talk to people who are FBI agents? If you're playing a scientist, do you talk to scientists? Do you read science books? What do you do to ignite your imagination? And also, that work does not take away from the real work. Like, that work is essentially just part of research. You're researching a role, right? But you're not actually at the point where you're fully embodying the role, where you're fully playing the character, because the script is your Bible, and that is all the tools in the world that you need. And you can find your inspiration in the script. Read it over again. Go through it. What are you doing? Where are you going? Why? What about the whole world? Everything is in that script. And all the other stuff is just gravy. And it's great. And I love it all. But I just want to empower you that you don't need to take 3 years to prepare a role. You don't need to join the FBI to play an FBI agent, or to become a scientist to play a scientist, or go to jail to play somebody who's gone to jail. You don't need to do drugs to play somebody who is a drug addict. You just need to find some rapport and some empathy into that world and some inspiration. And listening to other people's stories is one of the greatest ways to be inspired. So I hope that you find this helpful. I hope that you find it empowering, because that's what I want to do. I just want to say, you got this. You're good. You have everything that you need right now. You don't need any more. So if you like this video, like it. Actually like it. Hit subscribe. Let me know how you get inspired, how your imagination is triggered when you play characters. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Oh, and if you are looking for coaching, I coach actors all over the world. I do accent reduction. Just go to actwithcat.com and check it out. See you next time.